This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, I'm going to summarize a lot of stuff right now because I don't think I'm going to have energy to do another video tonight. So we got Coi Leray. We talked about this. Coi Leray disses Trippie Redd and Lotto. Probably the most trash response I ever heard. Hop on that couch and roll up Lotto out the bag. That's her response to Lotto saying she rolls up blunts as big as Coi Leray. It's like, roll that Lotto out the bag. It's like, just say you're smoking on Lotto or something. I don't know. It's like, it's just not good, man. It's like, we're living off a hype train. I mean, who is pushing Coi Leray? Because we're being inundated with Coi Leray relentlessly. It's like, that's the only way she's staying around. She has a lot of money being pumped into her. Okay, so, and she's doing good streaming numbers, like players and all that. 360 million. That's nothing to like scoff at. She has 31 million monthly listeners, right? So she's doing well. She's doing really well. For someone they counted out, but she's not amazing. Like, what is Lotto doing? Lotto is only doing a little bit more than her, 36 million monthly listeners, and all of her songs, she doesn't have any songs by herself really, except for even Put It on the Floor isn't big D Energy, I guess, is the biggest record she has, 275 million. So Coi Leray is doing her thing, but she's just not it, bro. Then she said, tried to count me out, and now I'm as big as Trippie Redd. Because, she used to date Trippie Redd. But it's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens, Like, she's getting a lot of money pumped into her. Wait, who is pumping this money into her? Let me see. But I'm going to tell you, she's using the cheat code on every song. It's always a remake of an 80s hit, someone made. It's just like, it's cheat codes that people used in the 90s as well. But it's not like a sample that you flipped. I don't know. This is a David Guetta song, so that doesn't count. Players. I'll say players. Okay, so players. Who put this out? Uptown Records, division of Republic. So it's Republic. Same label as Drake. They're pumping a lot of money into her. They want her to win. Same thing with Ice Spice. Ice Spice is secretly Republic because THNKS projects, which Trippie Redd is signed to, but they put all their money behind Ice Spice now. So we got McDonald's, right? Why do we have McDonald's on the screen? Well, a 16-year-old was killed over an argument over sweet and sour sauce. Boosie was talking about getting his extra jelly. That could result in you losing your life, I guess. Some friends at a Waldorf, Maryland, over sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's. The altercation escalated where one girl stabbed the victim twice. Two girls were reportedly friends. Can you imagine stabbing somebody over some sweet and sour sauce that cost 69 cents? My gosh. When you hear things like that, it's like people are really lost their mind. So Jacob York, this is loosely Biggie's ex-manager. It's mostly Cameron's ex-manager, right? And Styles P had said something about, like, the current president, he's not really for him, but he's like a secret, not liking black people. The past president was vocal about it, which I don't think he was either. I just think that the commentary from the past president seemed a little edgy, and it was more like he told you what he thought. And he says most politicians don't tell you what they think. But he didn't say he's voting for either of them. Well, Jacob York is very political, and he's very right-wing. Okay? So if you don't go along his party lines, and I'm not political at all. Like, I'm not really into this. But what I do have common sense, and I can see where people go, like, people get derailed and lose their minds behind politics. Jacob York lost his mind. He said, oh, we're in a crisis now, and I'd rather you have tell me you don't like me. Oh, wait, no, it's not that. He says, I think the government been doing that for ages. Okay, so he said, then Jacob Beer says, Styles, my boy, no disrespect. This argument is BS. In the end of the day, the logic, I would want a racist with his finger on the trigger than someone who may be a racist and I don't know. That's the craziest thing. It's like saying I want a gun to my face, then maybe there being a possibility that someone will drive by and shoot me. That's a horrible comparison. Nah, I don't want either, right? I don't know. People want the person leading the country to be like, you know, someone you just like and could have a beer with. And you're not going to get that. The person that's running the country they have to be almost unliked, you know, to a degree. And these people kill people, bro. They call drone strikes to take people out. So Styles P's response to this was great, I think. Because Styles P's not that political himself. He says, I'll leave you with this, my beloveds. One party tells you they're on their left wing. Other party tells you they're right wing. Meanwhile, you're forgetting they are both part of the same bird. Exactly. It's all a messed up two-party system we got. We need more parties to, you know, it's like you got to tell one line on one party and one line on the other. There's way more than that, you know, like there needs an update, okay, like to today's times, you know. These party lines are nuts. When are we going to just deal with common sense? What's good for people? And whoever can get the economy going where people have a fighting chance out here, that's who I'm for. Whoever can bring that in the next election. Because people are suffering silently. They don't talk about it in the media. Just saying with all due respect, and then, you know, most F gets in the comments and says salute. Barstool Sports is cutting staff by nearly 25%. Going to the Times. Things are messed up out here. There's not a lot of money churning around. When you have a bad economy, energy bills are very high because they have this war on energy, which increases the cost of everything, which contracts the economy, right? You have less people buying goods, less trucks on the road, because people can't afford goods. Their wages don't increase with inflation, you know, and you have inflation because there's a war on energy and all the policies go against business, you know. We're worried about smog in the air and you know, the earth, you know, climate change, but then it's like China and India aren't doing anything. And they produce more pollution 5 times the globe. 5 times the whole globe. So if they don't do anything, we're not going to put a dent in it. That's just my point. Like, why are we going to suffer when other countries aren't on board, really? It's like small countries, like England, you know, Australia. India and China make everything. Boosie, badass, ungrateful. I agree with Boosie. The more I hear his daughter disrespect him and wish bad things upon him, the way I see she conspired with her mother and had this fake story where her mom was in an accident just to go home because her mom filed child support. It's just nasty work, bro. Now, Boosie does go a little too far, but he's hurt. Just making diss records, repo the car. Now he's keeping the car because he was using it as a bargaining chip, but they went off and said he was like, called him all kinds of stuff. His daughter's as big as Op now. She's an opposition. His own daughter. That's how life can go. Your own kid could be your op when they get old enough. Trippie Redd was like, now he's like, he used to downplay people that sold 30, 40,000. Now he's all like, oh, well, you know, he only sold 40,000 because 10K Projects isn't really behind him like that anymore. And he says, the video me dissing someone that did 30K was a person that will go as far as diss my dead brother. Yeah, Trippie Redd and Tekashi's thing will forever be hilarious. I'm going to be honest. Be careful what you wish for. Kim Zolciak or whatever. She married this guy Croy. They had kids together, and a great family. He was an ex-football player. Low level. She wanted to be famous. So she gets on Real Housewives of Atlanta and destroys her life. For fame. Overspending, living beyond your means, because you care what people think about you. And look, got nothing now. You don't even have a family. Destroy your whole life. We'll see what happens with Tory. He has this court date coming up in a couple days, like right after the weekend to get a. He's not going to get an appeal. Wale, what happened? He disappeared and vanished. Him and Meek Mill are making weird choices where they're not even talked about anymore. We'll get into that in another video. But I was just thinking the other day, I was like, where's Wale? Anyways, it's Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.